Right. Lathans vs Sotek, 2 games. Group stages of the WARNO League 0.5. Lathans over on the right in blue, playing as First Armored, and over on the left in red, Sotek, playing as 79th. Obviously, fairly tank-based divisions. I wonder what... What I'm surprised by is the threat from this. So there's an Mi-24V there, the anti-air variant, and Lathans still has forward deployment here. Now, Lathans is pretty good at dealing with helicopters. I've been on the receiving end of this myself when he's playing as the first. Let me spin myself around. I prefer being this way on this map. So he's got a bunch of Terrier's Paras there. And oh, there's 2 choppers down. See, for me, that's going to be nasty if... Depends if Lathans has bought jets. He's got quite a lot of stuff down here. He's got a Chieftain Command, Javelin LMLs, a Milan 2. He's got a load of Gazelles himself. A bunch of Gazelle rockets. It's an interesting opening for him. Milan 2, Javelin, and a Chieftain going to the top. Chieftain Mark 9. Fox just going up to the front. He's not trying to get around the back. And Sotek. So a proper look at Sotek. So Sotek's got his Spetsnaz GRU, which going up to there, unsurprisingly. Razvedka this side, they are off now. Let's just hide this panel. We're not quite caught up to them. This started slightly before. Conkers, he hasn't given a command to. Oops. Fairly large amount of stuff going down here. The thing is, Sotek obviously gets here first. That's the big thing about this point. It's not massively balanced. Generally speaking, Sotek's side will get there first. And there's the tornado. I did wonder. Obviously, he needs to deal with these choppers, but those choppers can fire back. Oh, that is not how he wanted that to go. That is not how... Oh, no. Tornado goes down. Oh, Lathans. That is not part of the plan, dude. So Mi-24s now have free reign here. They still have anti-air rockets left. They can deal with these Gazelles. And they can deal with these Terriers. Those Terriers are still going in, though. Spetsnaz GRU are going to come up against these guys as well. Another Tornado has been purchased, coming in for the kill. Obviously, no anti-air left for those. One goes down. It might turn out okay for Lathans. Tunguska is quite far away. No, one squad of Terrier's Powers goes down. Another Gazelle goes down. Oh. Did I actually have missiles left there? Oh, it's getting hit by the Javelins now. So after an awkward opening there, Lathans has managed to recover that. I thought he was going to have more of an issue there, but the second jet did do its job. The first one just got pummeled. I will wind him up about that opening later. So we're settling into... Sotek realistically has control here. He's got more units. And he's also got the T-80 BVK coming in the back there to lay down some fire support. He's in a good position. Thanks for following, Yuzu. I mean... neither player has anything to push with at the top. Realistically. Lathans... that would be very risky to go in with a Chieftain against the Conkers. So both players invested heavily on this bottom point. Lathans with some Terrier's Powers down here, but there's nothing else in there. Motorstrokey there for Sotek. You will also notice that neither player has captured any of the front zones. They've both got their rear zone, but neither of them in a rush to cap here. HE Bomber going for the T-80, gets a hit, doesn't get the kill. Tunguska managing now to engage on the Gazelle rockets to the left. Spetsnaz GRU Not looking great, though. Screw it. I'm going to see if I can live cast with the controller plugged in. I find I just like the camera movement now. It's so much smoother than using my keyboard. But I've never tried doing it live, so I apologize if this goes to shit. But we will see if I can get away with it. New experiment. So much smoother look. So much smoother. There we go. So, Sotek, kind of wrestling control here. Obviously, the tank at the back has helped with a lot of fire support. He had more infantry in. The Tunguska obviously doing its job now. The 2 Gazelle rockets still alive from the middle and 1 from the bottom still alive. Another Strela coming in at the back here for Sotek. There goes the Gazelles. The Gazelles will have to retreat. Chieftain Mark 11 command in a bad way as well. Terrier's Paris Carl Gustav coming in the back there. Obviously a big threat to the Tunguska, but the Tunguska can fire back. Rover command coming in for the top point for Lathans now. But this is where it gets difficult for Lathans, because he now has to get back in this point. The question is, what happens to the bottom? Moving out those Terrier's Paras means that those Strelki can now move into this bottom point, which is not ideal. Though they are now caught out in the open, they are engaging. Thanks for following, Wraith Headfire. T80 doing its job. That T80 is doing the work for Sotek here. T80B coming in as well. Lynx Hellarm trying to come around the back there. Will unfortunately bump into the Strela, which is already opening up on it. Lathans not doing well right now. That is not great. And he has obviously lost the Terrier's Paras there. Igla being called in at the bottom here. Lathans will want to rush some stuff in to try and hold control of this point. But stuff's going to take a while to arrive. And in the meantime, it's going to get capped by Sotek, who is already +1. There's a Cub coming in now as well, which will shut down Lathan's airplay. So one of the things Lathans like to do with the first is he likes to use the aircraft. And it's not great right now. To come up against a Cub, a Tunguska, and a Strela is not ideal. And the Cub obviously has better range. The top may be where we see Lathan's wrestling control. But I think even then, he's going to need to bring in a lot more reinforcements. And sooner or later, he still has to take the bottom. The nice thing for Lathans is he still has this area of the map. This tree line here is so important if you're the person trying to push in from that side. If you don't control that tree line, you're back here, which obviously is useless. Assaulting from back there, you're going to need smoke realistically, or you're going to need a lot of tanks. Now, both of these divisions are tank heavy. Was Sotek in the Super Tournament? I'm not sure he was. I could be wrong. Maybe someone else knows for definite. Chieftain taking some hits here from the BMP-2s, which are in a nice position. Smoke's in time, though. Lathans is good with his micro. He'll be good at protecting his tanks with the smoke. Although he's still pushing that one in. T80B coming around this side. T80B VK. What on earth is Sotek doing with that T80B VK? I mean, don't get me wrong. It's got the drop here, but now it doesn't. Now it's been spotted. Yeah, he's retreating it. I was going to say, get that the hell out of there. T80B routed at the back there, taking hardly any damage. Must be misfires just hitting near it. TO-55's coming in for those infantry. This isn't good for Lathans. If he loses, he's going to lose that area. Obviously, the Chieftain's coming in from the side, though. Kill on one of the TO-55s. T80 BVK running backwards there. Getting peppered by the Gazelle rockets, but not going to do a lot to it, really. Not particularly scary. More concerning are perhaps the tanks and stuff pushing up through the forest. There's a couple of good hits at close range from a Chieftain, will do the damage that is needed. Small amount of reinforcements at the top there for Lathans, but not a huge amount. He's bringing a lot more in down here. Not terrible for Lathans, though. It could have been worse. T80 PVK. Getting some shots in, but also taking fire. Yeah, Sotek being careful with that. He has managed to get it out of there. It wasn't looking great. T80B moved in. The other T80B is now moving back to the front after losing all its cohesion. SC-25 rocket coming in. Should do some damage to the infantry here if it gets some shots off. It is diving. What can it see? Was that the... I'm not sure if that was a blind fire on the command tank, actually. Tornado coming in. Looking for a kill on the SC-25. Good hit. Does not get the kill and has to veer off before it goes into the Tunguska. That T80 BVK needs a repair. Look at the top of the map. A little bit of probing there from Lathans. He is moving out. Let's head over there and have a quick look. Warrior Milan destroyed. Arm rifles are pushing up, though. I feel like this is more probing than it is an actual attack. I think he just wants to know what's there. Down at the bottom, Lathans looking to move into this point. Obviously, he needs to control one of these bottom points. If he can control the two top ones, great, but he still needs to then hold one of these to be getting those points ticking up. Currently, Sotek still in the lead with +2. Lathans won't be worried about that yet. T80 BVK still engaging here, still dishing out the damage, but needs to be careful. Is not on much health. BMP2 firing across from the centre there. Oh, that was not good. Lathans losing the Chieftain Mark 11 command to a side shot from the BMP2 in the middle there, I think. That was a nice missile. Lathans will not be happy about that. Lots of infantry coming in at the bottom here. He is pushing a little bit more at the top there. And there's a Harrier HE2 heading in that way. SC-25 AT coming in at the top, though, to defend. Dishing out the pain. Chieftain Mark 9 destroyed up there. SC-25 getting the hell out. Has taken some punishment. Tornado is coming in, but it should be out of there. And that has stalled Lathan's push. Harrier goes down. Harrier HE2 destroyed. This is what I was saying. There's enough air defense there to shut down Lathans to some extent if he ventures over this way. We have a good push going on down here from Lathans now. Lots of fire support. Infantry pushing in. Sotek doing the sensible thing, just pulling back. Just getting the hell out of there. It's not worth risking those units. T80B pushing up at that side, though, to get some fire across. Chieftain Mark 9 has to smoke itself. T80BV, IZD-29 coming in. The big boy is on the field. Or the biggest boy in the arsenal. Obviously, it needs to be careful. Technically, we'll be going into infantry soon. There's chieftains at both sides. And there it is, reversing out of there. Sotek will be losing this point, but there is no command there currently. So Lathans is pushing in here without the ability to take it. There is another Chieftain Mark 11 command coming in. But it's going to take a little while to get here. Lathans will try and wrestle control. Chieftain Mark 11 there getting pummeled by the two tanks. Still unrepaired, that T80 BVK. There is some supply in for it now. Missile was going out for it, but the warrior is destroyed. He's being really, really ballsy with his T80 BVK, can I just say. T80B in there as well, also damaged. Oh, and Lathan's trying to take it out, misses the shot, and loses his Chieftain Mark 9. And now these tanks are able to just open up on the infantry in the buildings. Another Chieftain Mark 9 pushing in. T80B could be in trouble here. Yeah, nasty hit. Does get a hit off on the Chieftain Mark 9 though. How's it looking at the top? No real movement there. There's a mortar in here. What is it actually? I think it's just peppering the... I think it's trying to pepper the... Oh, it's peppering up there. I thought it was trying to pepper this area, but it is actually trying to hit that Milan too. Interesting choice of target. Chieftain Mark 11 moved in at the top. Lathan's obviously still thinking at some point he might need to push that. Sotek is in a nice position here. He's doing a really good job with his tanks. Artillery in for Lathans now. 2 M109s pummeling this area. Obviously knows the tanks are in there somewhere. Sapri RPO a little bit caught out of position here. Stuck in the open. T80 moving across to try and intercept. Obviously T80 a good tank to bring in here. Yeah. Lathans immediately pulls back the Scimitar and the Warrior Milan, but the T-80B at this side gets a shot off on it. Spetsnaz group pushing in from the tree line there. Well defended here by Sotek. Cannot fault his tank play. He's doing a really good job here. Risky business with the T-80BVK a couple of times, but he's played it well. He's managed it well. He's saved it. He's kept it alive. Another T-80BV IZD coming in. No Challenger 2s yet from Lathan's side. Obviously less than ideal. He needs something big and beefy to be hitting these big T-80s. Oh, I tell a lie. There's a Challenger Mark II right there. It's not at the front yet though. That will really help though. He does need something that's a heavy hitter. Just to be able to stand up against these T-80s. Because don't get me wrong, the Chieftains are fantastic tanks. Absolutely fantastic. But, you know, they don't really match up to a T-80 BVs. Especially when you've got multiple of them. They're more your equivalent to a T-80B. If you can call them an equivalent, it's not exactly the same. Milan 2 gets a shot off at the T-80 there, but it does retreat. T-80 BVK moving in again. Nice! Chieftain Mark 11 gets a nice side shot, finishing off the T-80B. T-80B there, firing at that Chieftain Mark 11 command. Doesn't get the hit though. Just want a quick peek at the top. No real movement at the top still. I do notice there's a load of Warrior Milans with armor rifles coming in. I'm not sure if they're now heading towards the top or if they're just coming in for this industrial point again. Lathan's looking a little bit safer now. That Challenger Mark II rolling up. Looking for a sneaky shot maybe. T-80BVK does need to retreat and get repaired properly this time. Surely he's seen that there's a Challenger Mark II there. Seed coming in, looking for a kill on the Cub. The Cub is actually out of ammo. Gets the kill on the Tunguska at the back, though. HE Bomber goes in for the kill. I think that was going in for the Forest there. Possibly for the T-80BV IZD, but didn't get its bombs off. Sotek, all the while, ticking up points. Look at the top. Sotek is now the one probing. Sending the BMP-2 up and the Motostrelki looking to get into that building. Jet coming in here, looking for that tornado perhaps. Or is it veering off, whatever it is, so it might be a bomber. Tornado Seed coming in again. Cub's still out of ammunition at the back here, so shouldn't get hit. There's those Warrior Milans. They have come in here quite aggressively. Obviously the SAS patrol was nice, pretty far forward there. One warrior is destroyed. Another warrior is destroyed. They are going into a fair amount of fire here. But Lathans has caused the distraction. T-80BVK is engaging on them. T-80BV as well. But that means that this Chieftain Mark 11 can possibly get side shots on some of these here. See if we can get a shot around here. Yeah, look at the way that Chieftain is. Oh, it gets a nice hit on the T-80BVK. It needs to get the hell out of there. There's Tornado HE coming in. He wants the kill on that tank. It's been plaguing. Oh, it's down already. Bombs going in on the BMPs and the T-80. Oh, and this is a big fluff up by Sotek now. He finally lost that command tank. He's been risky with it a few times. But that's that done. And that T-80 IZD obviously in a bad way. Now Lathans has lost his pushing force there. And there's a lot more reinforcements arriving at that bottom point for Sotek as well now. So I think Sotek's held here. But it was unfortunate to lose that tank after so much careful play. And he's got 2 badly damaged tanks remaining there. So careful with those. T-80BV over at this side, damaged as well. And low cohesion. Relying mostly now on ATGMs hitting these tanks. There is some supply in there though for Lathans. BMP2s continue to fire. Oh, Chieftain Mark 9 goes down to the infantry. Motostraki BMP moving in on the Milan 2 there. Lots of jets in play at the moment. I'm just going to zoom out slightly. SU-25 ATs coming in, looking for kills on those tanks. Up at the top there, Sotek was pushed back. His Motostraki obviously badly damaged in that little push forward. And Lathans now back in that central building. Lathans hasn't done a bad job here. He managed to get into all of these forests again. Sotek continues to hold. 10 minutes to the victory on a +2. Lathans needs to get in these points sooner or later. At the moment, he's happy enough whittling down the forces of Sotek. Up at the top there, T-80, BV, ICD-29, pummeling those arm rifles. They may make it back to the building. Artillery coming in here to kill the ATGMs. More supply needed really for Sotek at the moment. Has he got more coming in is the question. He does have at least one more coming in there. Got Motostraki Metis coming in as well. What Lathans is lacking at the moment is infantry. He lost a lot that he pushed in last time. He has more warriors with armed rifles coming in. And at the moment, it feels like Sotek is that little bit weaker for the fact that he's lost his command tank that he kept alive for so long. He's lost a T-80B, and he's got very badly damaged tanks. He needs to repair them. Seed coming in. Is that Cub is now rearmed. And the Cub is turned on. And down it goes. Not microwing his anti-air there. And that's exactly what Lathans wants. He wants to be able to utilise his aircraft more. He does it a lot when he's playing as the 1st Armoured. Lathans is very good with the 1st Armoured. But Sotek doing a very, very good job in this game, microing his own tanks. And here's that push. Warriors coming in here. Obviously great fire support against the infantry in the buildings. Armor rifles dishing out the damage as well. Seed coming in, actually going for the jets here. SU-25 taking damage from that Seed. Tornado also coming in now. Seed badly damaged. Warriors taking fire. MiG-23 came in. MiG-23 getting a bit close. It's probably going to go down to the Tornado. Yes, it does. Tornado, GR1C takes a hit from the Strelas. Should get out, though. Expensive loss, though, at MiG-31. Not ideal. And that Tornado just flying around in the back there, wasting all of those Strela shots. MI-24P coming in here to help defend. Tornado, GR1HE coming in for that point. What's it targeting? It is just going for the chopper, I think. Veers off. due to a change of altitude. As does the Tornado. Gazelle's here, dishing out some damage as well. This is a good push by Lathans. Mi-24P able to fire from low altitude. Tornado coming back in for another pass. Down that chopper goes. The Strella's not doing the work here. And the bombs also were dropped. Bad damage to that T-80B. Not looking ideal right now for Sotek. He's lost a lot there. Still at a +2. 6 minutes to the victory. Surely Lathans can take this point now. He has that command tank waiting to go in. Over at the top of the map, he has dropped off some more infantry. But I'm not convinced he can push up there. There's enough reinforcements, I think, that Sotek can hold. I also think Sotek might be redistributing some of those forces down to the bottom of the map there. I see there's Motostrelki and the Gaz heading this way, I think. No, just dropping off the... That's a funny place to drop them off. I don't expect Lathans to push the bottom of that tree line. He's coming in quite aggressive here, though. There's that Chieftain Command coming in. Yeah, it was a real shame that Sotek lost his Cub and the Tunguska to the Seed Jet. He just wasn't microing it, and they were doing the work, keeping Lathans Air Force at bay. As I say, Lathans does love using Air Force with this deck. And there's the command in the bottom point. +1 will become neutralized. With 15 minutes left of the game, is this where Lathans turns it all round? Where are these Sapri RPO going? They're going to get annihilated. They've stopped, they're deploying. Still not ideal. And I think Sotek forgot he called those in. Oof. Certainly not going to stand up to those Warrior Milans. Challenger Mark II charging through that little industrial area. Forcing the T-80B out. Jaguar GR1HE2 flittering around the back there looking for a target. Yeah, this is nasty. A few too many tank losses in quick succession now for Sotek after so fantastically micromanaging all of those early game. The tank micro from Sotek was superb, and then it all just seems to have fell apart. Going against the Warrior Milans here. Obviously they can return fire. HE bomber coming in there. Drops on the T-80BV. That's what I'm saying. Lathans will now make good use of all of his jets. Gazelle rockets cutting off the supply lines. Tunguska coming in. Yeah, this has been a very good game. There is another one after this, though. Oh, the T-80 gets all the kills. I thought it might get swarmed by those warriors, but the T-80 does come out on top. But Lathan's looking a lot better here now, but look at the top of the map. In the meantime, Sotek very aggressively has charged across the top. Knowing Lathans didn't have a huge amount there, smoked his way in. Lots of damage done. Tornadoes coming in for a strafing run, trying to hopefully get a kill on that BRDM. Oh, straight into the arm rifles. What a waste. Currently +1 at Sotek, as no one holds that point. Chieftain, Mark 11 command coming in for it though. And it looks like... yeah. Sotek backing off. Not worth it without the command there to cap it. Down at the bottom, look at all of these jets in for Lathans. As soon as he knew the major AA was down, Tunguska though dishing out the damage. HE bomber, what's it going for? Goes for the tank to finish it off. And that's it. Poor Sotek is down to a T-80B that's on 1 pip of health. Seed coming back in. Is a Tunguska off this time? No, it's not. Tunguska goes down. Oh, T80B finally goes down as well to the Challenger Mark II. And it's all falling apart for Sotek. He held it for so long, was doing an amazing job, and that's it. Completely falling apart. 11 minutes to go. +1. He's managed to at least cause Lathans some issues up at the top here. Oh dear. Look at that. Free reign for those jets right now. Seed just being used for strafing runs. Tanks on the way in here. Sotek needs to hold. He only has to hold for a little while longer. BMP2's coming in there. They're going to go straight into these armor rifle. No, he stopped. He's realised. Deploying. He's thinking about it. What are those BMPs doing? Straight into the armor rifles. Oh, they're going to die. Oh, they deployed. Gazelle rockets able to fire on them though, dishing out a lot of damage. Good fire support from the T-80s that have come in. And the Jaguars coming down for those T-80s again. Appears not to have dropped its bombs. Seed coming in for a strafing run. Another 120mm dead. What is going on over here? Lathan's bringing in another command there. Is he actually thinking about pushing that? He does have a Challenger Mark II there. I think he's thinking about pushing the top. He does need to. He needs points. Yeah, Sotek's Tiger Micro at the start was absolutely incredible, and I don't know why it all fell apart. He deserves to be commended for that, though. T80BV getting smashed by both the arm rifles and Challenger Mark II there. H25AT coming in, looking, two of them, no less, looking for kills on the Challenger. Don't get it. Lathan's doing a good job of keeping those Challengers alive. Tornado coming in for a kill on that T80BV, surely. No. Bypassed completely. I thought he was going to finish off the T80. Seed coming in again. But Lathan's just showing off with his air superiority at the moment. I'm not convinced he can catch up anymore, though. I think Sotek's done enough. With under 9 minutes left of the game, Lathans would have to do something impressive here to win this. And I don't think he can take the top. I think it's well enough defended. And Sotek technically just needs to hold. He doesn't need to throw anything away here. He just needs to hold. T80BVK in this point. Bringing in jets, however, obviously a definite death sentence. Because Lathans controls the skies. 5 jets in right now. Complete air superiority. What's going on at the top there? Oh, Sotek is making another push. He really doesn't need to. He just needs to hold for 8 minutes. But he is going in. He's lost his tank up here, though. He lost his T80BV IZD up here. And he's just charging the BRDM2 in against the rifles. That's just crazy desperation. All he needs to do is hold. Another T80BV destroyed. T80BVK looking in a bad way down here. Challenger Mark II surely getting the side shot on that. No, firing at the Motostrelki. Maybe you can't see it at the moment. Motostrelki gets a nice hit on the Challenger Mark II. Can't quite finish the job, though. Going for another shot. Gets the kill. I think it's over. I don't think Lathans can pull this back. He's refusing to give up, though. He's giving us a good show. It's his fault I'm streaming it. It's his fault I'm streaming it live, so he's giving us a good show. Chieftain Mark 11 Command coming in for the top here. And he will get in there. He's got another Chieftain Mark 11 Command coming in for the bottom. He already has a Rover Command down there. Another Harrier coming in for the... Those poor T-80s are just getting pummeled and pummeled and pummeled by bombs. I'm actually feeling quite sorry for them at this point. +2 to Lathans, but that's 24 minutes to the victory. He's got 6 minutes. He's going to have to do better than that. And there it is. He surrenders, finally. Finally surrenders. Oh, Lathans. Commiserations. Look at the kills to losses. Lathans was turning it around on that front, but yeah. What a game. Absolutely beautiful, guys. Sotek. I mean, to me, no offense to Lathans, but Sotek deserved that win. His micro with the tanks at the start was bellissimo. Absolutely superb. That was beautiful. That tornado. The first tornado that came in went down, but the second one did its job. I got a few kills of the artillery. Chieftain was... Look at the Chieftain. Was doing the work, that Chieftain Mark 11 Command. Challenger Mark 2, I'd expect to do well. Challenger Mark 2. You know, I'm just looking for the bombers in this list. The Seed did well. Look at the Seed. 2 Tunguskas and 2 mortars at the strafing run. 2 Cubs and an SU-25 rocket. I'd actually give MVP to the seaplanes there, because they were doing ridiculous stuff. Let's have a look at the other side, though. I'm curious what Sotek was doing. Tunguska got a reasonable amount of kills. Conkers were doing well. Motorstrike did a good job. Conker's doing good. The T-80s were not... That was the one in the forest at the end. The T-80s actually killed less than I thought they had, to be honest. I thought they'd done more work than that. What a game. Okay, Sotek over on the left with the 8th Infantry, and Lathans over on the right in blue. So let's have a look at what's going on anyway. So Lathans, with his units down this side at the minute, going in quite heavy with the Terriers Paras. Oh yeah, he's going to push Echo pretty hard at the start. Foxes going in as well. Trying to get a bit of a foothold, maybe. Javelin coming. Yeah, Javelin going straight in too. And down here we've got a Javelin, LML, a Chieftain, Mark 11, and a Chieftain Mark 11 Command. All, yeah, he's going hard on Echo. Fox coming in around the back here. Fox heading in the middle. Fairly far forward. Not too aggressively, though. And we've got a couple of Milan 2s, some Warriors, and some armor rifles heading into this area. Nothing over here. He does have his Rover Command going in there as well. Okay. So quite a heavy push on the bottom for Lathans. Let's spin around and see what Sotek's up to. Yeah, he's going to beat YOLO there. I mean, this is... Lathans likes that. I mean, if... For those of you who've played Lathans, or watched a lot of his games... He likes to push one side if he can. So he will go in heavy one side. He loves doing that. He'll do that probably more than he spreads his forces out. Scouts going up there. Very defensive for Sotek and in here as well. We've got some Jaeger Avcon and some scouts. Again, very, very defensive at this side. Fighting MT4 going in there. That'll be good defense at that side. And here... A mech rifles and a Pivads. Okay. Much more defensive at this side. Where are these tanks going? They're on a funny road there, aren't they? They're not on the main road. So we've got 2 M60s, an Abrams, and a Chaparral. He's just heading up to there. Okay. Yeah, very standoffish, Sotek here. Maybe this is because he doesn't know what Lathans is going to do. A Command, an Ihawk, and an Ito going into the middle. Obviously, Ito in that building. Very, very standard. Very, very standard. Wow, Lathans with 26,000 points bet on him there. Someone's feeling confident. Yeah, this is... So I feel like Sotek just doesn't know what Lathans is going to do here. So he's playing a lot more defensively. Where Lathans is going really, really aggressive. And we are off. Hide the panel. So early fight is going to be down here at Echo. I don't think we'll see any fighting in the middle for a while. I expect once more that at some point we will see a lot of aircraft from Lathans if he needs it, especially if the game goes on. This time though he has the Eyehawks to deal with. Sotek obviously needs to babysit these a little bit. We'll have to see how that pans out. But if he babysits them a bit more than last time, I think Sotek will actually be fine. It's just unfortunate last time he wasn't babysitting his radar AA. Lathans is going in this point though. I half expected to see some kind of decent attack helicopter from Sotek. I'm surprised we didn't. Just, I mean, I suppose he's burnt from last game when the tornadoes came out. Fox going in here, engaging already. Fighting Team 84 are out. He at least knows where the units are now. How does Sotek respond is the question. Does he move the tanks down from the center? Yeah, you get Alpha there engaging with that Fox in the middle. The ITOR should see that off. Smokes itself. Good smoke there. MUT-CP going a little bit far into this point. Needs to be careful. Mech rifles deploying. Oh, there goes the command. Straight down. Ouch. That was a little bit overzealous. Yeah. The M60s and the M1A1 pulled down from the middle along with the Chaparral. That's what I thought might happen. They have a better chance of defending this point. But that Chieftain Mark 11 command coming straight in. Lathans wants that point. He's currently +3. Pivads needs to get out of there. It is slowly reversing now. Good opening for Lathans, but those tanks have arrived. Now they need to be careful because they don't want to be in the face of those Carl Gustavs. Mark 11 command gets a nice kill on an M60. Here comes the Jaguar HE2. Going for a run on that tank. Down goes the Jaguar. Eyehawk and Pivads and Chaparral doing the business. Good defensive setup, though that Chaparral not in the best position there. Possibly going to get seen by one of these tanks. Oh, that is not good. M1A1 Abrams takes a side shot from the Chieftain. And it goes down. Oh, this is a brutal opening. Losing all 3 of his tanks very quickly there. Aero rifles arriving. Scout goes down. Aero rifles need to get into buildings here. Lathans in complete control. Losing that M1A1 was really bad. And there's the immediate surrender. Oh, wow. Did the prediction even end already? It did. And Lathans wins within a few minutes. Wow. That was... Wow. Poor Sotek. I mean, he played amazingly in that first game, but yeah, 3 minutes, 34 seconds. The Lathans steamroll is real, people. Wow. Oh, poor Sotek. He played amazing in that first game. I mean, a 1-1 draw with Lathans, I'd take it personally, but Sotek may feel differently. Commiseration, Sotek. That was, yeah. losing the M1A1 was kind of the final straw there, I think. That was a lot to lose immediately. And Lathans just did a really good job.